Load your ass in the motherfucking.
1 2 1 2 1. Turn me up. Turn me up.
The champ is here.
It's your boy, Vben Israel, the People's Champ, back with another YouTube live stream. Shalom, Israel. Shalom, you Negroes. Shout out to my trolls. I hope everybody is doing well today, baby. Yeah, man. Oh, man. June 29th, 2026, Monday. Now, I hope y'all use the first day of the week to prepare for the rest of the week. That way you can have a good Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Know what I mean? I hope that's what y'all did, right? Y'all lying asses ain't do it. Y'all just making it through. You gotta do better. Gotta do better than that. On your way in the door, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, smash that bell. That way you can stay notified. Share it to your socials. Somebody else might need to hear the word of the day. Don't be selfish. Don't be selfish. If you don't want to be here, don't be here. Move around. Plenty of places to be out here in these YouTube streets. Shout out to Love Dorsey. I am the Dark Knight, the Black Maga, the Day Walker, the Shogun of Charlotte. I am Mr. Big Balls himself. The ladies call me the Cookie Monster. You can call me Pumpkin Escobar. I am the artist formerly known as Van Johnson, the author, two-time published author, soon to be 3. The photographer, the great one. I am the Heisenberg of this ish. They call me the Heisenberg because I say the things you can't say because you will get attacked. Blame Izzy. Say, I ain't say it. Izzy said it. I'll take all that smoke for y'all. Send them over here to me and I'll chop them on up. Mods on the way. Do I have any mods yet? Mods on the way in the door. Y'all know what to do. Hit the chat. Make sure you know, let them know what your profession is. Salute, salute, salute. Also, make sure you drop the link to your channel so that way we can spread the love. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second, y'all. And turn the air out just a little bit because I'm sitting a little bit closer to it and it gets a little noisy. So today we're going to kind of jump into it, no monologue really. Somebody wanted to know why Black people, and by Black people, I mean foundational Black Americans, us Blacks who got history here in this country, hundreds of years of history. Not the new Blacks who all of a sudden in the last 20 years are claiming Black because it's beneficial to them. I'm talking about us original Blacks. You know where your family church is at, and you may not know your people, but you got an idea where you're from in the South. And by South, I mean Southeast, East Coast. You got heritage in Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. You know, I learned something recently I didn't know. West Virginia is considered East Coast. It's a strange country we live in. I don't know how West Virginia is considered East Coast, but okay. That's what it says. That's what it says. My understanding of the East Coast was you had to touch the East Coast. Part of your state had to touch the East Coast, you know. Otherwise, you may be in the Southeast region, but you're not East Coast. But West Virginia is officially East Coast. Very surprising because ain't no coast nowhere near West Virginia. Nowhere. They're a few hours from the coast. Okay. But why us black people, us FBAs, foundational black Americans, ain't got nothing to say about the Haitians getting deported? It ain't none of our business. That's why. Then they go, well, y'all had a lot to say for the Carmelo kid. Yeah, because he FBA. That's why. That's why black people got something to say about that. That's our business. Y'all had something to say about the baby mama in Mississippi. Yeah, because she FBA. That's our business. Y'all Haitians ain't our business. As y'all quick to tell us all my life. See, a lot of people think it's only, well, down here in the South anyway. The Haitians is primarily in like Florida or something. Wrong. It's a tremendous amount of Haitians in the tri-state area. Tri-state is New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. Large population of them in New York. Always had all my life. All my life. And I remember when they first started coming over, and in the 90s particularly, I don't remember very many Haitians in middle school. I was in middle school in 88 and 89. Give y'all the timeline. And I started my freshman year in 1990, high school. Now, that's when I started to remember a flood of Haitians coming in. And that coincides with Bill Clinton changing the quota for immigration. He quadrupled it. A lot of Africans, a lot of Caribbeans, Haitians, Jamaicans, Trinidadians. But the Haitians particularly, they didn't want to have nothing to do with us. They did not want to. They lived in our neighborhoods, but they didn't come to the park. They didn't come outside. They didn't interact with us in school. And they was quick to let us know they wasn't black. No, we Haitian. We not black. Oh, okay. Okay. That's how y'all want to be. No problem. But there was a couple, I might have had one or two Haitian friends that came earlier. They came over in elementary school or middle school, and they interacted with us. They were assimilated. But the ones that came over in high school, they didn't want to assimilate with us. They stayed to themselves. They daughters, the girls wouldn't talk to us. We found them cute, but they wouldn't, and they liked us, but they wouldn't talk to us. The Haitian boys didn't play sports, basketball, football. They didn't, none of that. We didn't have a soccer team while I went to high school, so maybe they would have been more into that, but Yeah, they didn't want nothing to do with us. The Africans, for the most part, all of the foreigners operated that way. The Puerto Ricans did. The Puerto Ricans was always Americans. You know, the Dominicans, they came along later, like as far as their interaction with us. But the Puerto Ricans have been coming since the 70s, heavily in New York, in New Jersey. But them Caribbeans, though, the black Caribbeans, they wasn't black. They didn't want nothing to do with black. I Nigerian. I'm Congolese. I this, I that, and I'm Jamaican. I'm Haitian. They would click quick on Trinidad. They were quick to let us know what they were, and they was different from us, and they was better than us. They had a arrogance to them, and so yeah. Flash forward to today, and we minding our business. We learned to mind our business. Now y'all need some help. Y'all want us to come to y'all rescue. No, thank you. We are not coming to y'all rescue. Y'all stay out of our affairs, so we gonna stay out of y'all affairs. I don't remember the Haitians coming for Trayvon, Jordan Davis, Lakia Boyd, Marissa Alexander, Mike Brown, George Floyd, and countless others, Eric Gardner. Now, you may have had a couple, but even for Eric Gardner, especially with that being in New York City, I don't remember a significant Haitian population speaking for Black people during the I Can't Breathe or the BLM stuff was jumping off or George Floyd or any of that. I don't remember that. Maybe I'm wrong because I'm down here in North Carolina, but even my cousins who up there, I don't remember them telling me, "Yo, the Haitians showed out." Hell, even the damn what was it? The Syrians during Trayvon Martin, they took the picture. They was all holding the AKs over there in Syria, and they posted on social media supporting Trayvon Martin. I don't remember no Haitians doing that. I don't remember no Africans doing it either. But the damn Syrians did it? Huh. Ain't that interesting? I don't remember them supporting when my man was taking a knee, the football player. I don't remember them taking a knee. I don't remember none of that. So, and that's the problem. They never assimilated into American culture, and definitely not Black American culture. Even though we were the closest to them in proximity, they came to the hood. They wasn't moving into the white neighborhoods. Was there a couple of them that did? Of course. Not talking about the exceptional ones who were not even lawyers. They were like doctors and engineers and shit. Not talking about the couple of those people. Majority of the Haitians were, what was it said? Status like 70% of them is on some kind of government assistance. That mean they living in the hood. They not living in they wasn't living in the suburbs. They was in the hood with us. The largest Haitian population to this day in New Jersey is in a city called Orange, New Jersey. I grew up in East Orange. I was born in Orange. I went to elementary school for a couple of years in Orange. It wasn't no Haitians over there. It was black, white, and Puerto Rican. And then the whites, they trickled away and disappeared. Then it was just a couple of Puerto Ricans left. Shout out to Johnny Lopez, my main man in elementary school. He was Puerto Rican. I think he still a cop in the city of Orange. Shout out to Johnny Lopez. But Felix, I forgot Felix's name. Went to high school with him in Roselle. Ran track with him. Couple of Puerto Ricans, like I said. Now, there were a few Haitians in school when I was in Roselle. Not a large population, but the largest population in the state of New Jersey is in Orange, New Jersey. And I think in New York, it's either Brooklyn or the Bronx. Can't remember. So they didn't want to assimilate with us, even though they was living in our community. When we had communities, they benefited from it. The things my grandparents established in those towns, Newark, Orange, East Orange, Irvington, Orange, West Orange, Valesburg, Maplewood, Montclair, Kearney, all of those towns, that Elizabeth, Roselle, Linden. My grandparents' generation that came out of the South, hell, my grandmother's still there. My father's mother is still there. She's been in East Orange 70 years in the same house. Right? My family were involved in the politics of East Orange and, policy and things of that nature to make sure Black folk had certain things. And that's why those immigrant groups, when they came over, they came to where we was at. And they benefited from what we did. But now they want to be arrogant. That's why some of you know me over the years. I go off on them. Recently, we went off on a Dominican kid. He's like a Zoomer. He don't know no better. He don't know no history. And they got that same story. Oh, my mama came over here with nothing and built it up. No, she didn't. You can't get across town in no city without some money. Charlotte, 30 minutes away. You can't get from here to Charlotte without some money. So how you think she got from another country to here? And it was able to establish herself, meaning she was able to put a roof over her head and clothes, food, jobs, school system for her kids. Where all of that comes from. Because like It was a time when it was only black and white. You know, y'all like to tell that BS story that, oh, y'all built immigrants build America. No, you didn't. When y'all got to America, America was here. Cities were here. Y'all came after the fact, after the country was established and built up. Now, I didn't say y'all didn't get jobs and do some work while y'all were here. Didn't say that. But as far as building America, America was built when y'all got here. And that's just y'all not knowing the history of America and the disrespect. And you can't go to no other country and do the things y'all do. You know, go to another country and try to wave your Haitian flag or your you're not your Puerto Rican, but your Mexican flag or whatever flag you got. Go over to North Korea and see what happens. Go over to Dubai and try that shit. Go over anywhere else and try that and see what happens to you. Because see, them other countries ain't gonna tolerate that disrespect. At the minimum, you're gonna get your ass whooped. At the minimum. But see, y'all ain't never been nowhere else. You left Haiti and came here. As a matter of fact, you didn't come here. We brought y'all asses here because of the earthquake that happened. When was that? 2010, I think it was. Computer. When was the earthquake in Haiti?
The catastrophic earthquake in Haiti occurred on January 12, 2010. It was a magnitude 7.0 quake that devastated Port-au-Prince and surrounding areas.
2010. 2010. But a lot of these, and I'm cognitive, a lot of these guys who try to jump in this manosphere that we created, by the way, that black men created. Black men created the black manosphere. But you got these tethers and foreigners and immigrants want to come try to jump over here and they have such an arrogance when they talk to us. Like they teaching us something. We brought y'all asses over here rescuing y'all. Y'all didn't get over here on y'all own volition. We made it so y'all could come over here temporarily. TPS, temporary protective status. But see, the Dems want to they always look, as Richard Pryor said, looking for new niggas. They always trying to replace black people with foreigners. And y'all benefited from that because they give y'all free things. Where y'all think them apartments came from? Where y'all think them social service benefits came from and welfare, you know, as we used to call it. Section 8 and all of them other programs. Where y'all think it came from? But y'all good though, right? Y'all know everything. Y'all teaching us stuff, right? Y'all don't believe in America. Right? Because Haiti the greatest place on earth. And Mexico is the greatest place on earth. And take y'all asses back. Make Haiti great again. Y'all don't believe in this. Y'all don't believe in make America great. So y'all go ahead and y'all will be good. Matter of fact, we'll be better. Once y'all up out of here, which is why we voted for Trump, get y'all asses up out of here. And that'll free up our local economies. And maybe our kids could start back having summer jobs again. We tired of y'all grown ass immigrants working jobs that kids used to work in high school, summertime, and during winter breaks and shit. And y'all could take the little bit of skills and the money that you made. I hope y'all saved some money. Take your little bit of money and the skills that you got from us back over there to Haiti and make Haiti great. Make Syria great. Make the continent of Africa great. Make Trinidad great. Make Ecuador great, or wherever you came from. Make it great again. We'll be fine. And I don't want to hear the story, who gonna pick our vegetables? The damn machines is picking them anyway. That's who picking vegetables. I grew up in farm country. Hell, even when I was in New Jersey is the garden state. Whether I was in New Jersey or South Carolina, I never seen a group of Mexicans out in the field picking nothing. Watermelons or any damn thing else. They got machines to do that shit. Hell, we didn't hardly have no Mexicans in South Carolina when I was there. I don't remember any actually going to school with us. Maybe I'm sure there were a couple. I just don't remember. That's how insignificant the population was. So, but maybe y'all should have had some humility and came here with some gratitude, because the money that paid for y'all to come here, the money that was given to y'all, that came from some black people. Black people for hundreds of years have been pouring into the system. And y'all just came in here and skipped the line and started getting benefits immediately without having to contribute anything. And again, 70% of y'all still ain't contributing nothing. And just like the Somalians up there in Minnesota. I think it's like 80% of them, 80 or 90% of them was on government assistance. And I guarantee once they start Doge in New York, wait till JD get over there in New York. We're going to start finding out about you Caribbeans, Jamaican, the Haitians, doing the same thing that the Mexicans and Russians and everybody else has been doing in other parts of the country. Watch. Watch and see. I'm predicting it now. I'm predicting it now. We're going to find out, because y'all such hard workers. That's what we heard. But when you look at the statistics, and 70 to 80% of you is on government assistance, you ain't all doctors and engineers and lawyers and all this other shit like we was lied to. Hell, I don't really know where y'all work at besides driving Ubers. I know a lot of foreigners worked up there in Bell Labs with my grandmother and them. But my grandmother got a lot of them jobs. Africans and Haitians and everybody else. My grandmother stayed looking out for the foreigners because she was empathetic because of her and my grandfather's migration out of the South into the North. She just looked at black people as black people. But y'all was so arrogant, no humility, no gratitude, and you didn't teach it to your kids. Y'all taught y'all kids that not to deal with us. Y'all better than us. So you getting what you sow. You reap what you sow. You getting it. Black people we gonna sip our tea and watch them lock y'all asses up, just like they was doing the Mexicans and the Somalians and South Americans and everybody else. We gonna sit back and watch. Cause see, we got blood in the game. That's what y'all don't understand. Y'all think them green cards and visas and work permits are like a magic shield or something. No, baby. If you ain't got no American birth certificate, you got blood in the soil like we do, you ain't us. Ain't that what Kendrick said? Hell, ain't that what Trump said? They not like us. Right? Y'all, some of y'all may never heard that, right? Not like us. Wait a minute. Let y'all hear this real quick. Let's see if I can find it. Is that it?
Hey,
Uh-oh.
Mecca is the gang, and I'm banging my set now. Someone told her, me and YG friends now. Can't even blame you. Hate me because the fake news. Evil looks good and good evil. It's a shame to go with the Hoovers, go with the Bloods. Even rolling Crips and Crenshaw show me love. Ash Chief Keef, oh, Black Rock with Trump. Michael Bone was in the 305 Kebola.
Trump said they not like us. Oh man. Trump said he good with the hoods and good with the what he said, good with the bloods in the hood. Wow. Get him up out of here. All that arrogance, that lack of humanity, and that just flat out disrespect that y'all have for black people. And I heard a new one I didn't even know about. We dirty blacks. That's what they say to us. Wow, I had never heard that one. Wow. I mean, I know we used to crack jokes on them when I was a kid. You know, they was the African booty scratches and the banana boats, and we had all kind of names for them when I was a kid. So I mean, that was just jest, but you know, that's like we out at the park crack or we out in the street cracking jokes on each other, not in no public platform on the internet. Wow, very disrespectful. And they real free with that nigga word. They real quick to use that word. Them foreigners, all of them. Because you get beat up just like a white person. Where I'm from, you get your ass beat. What's your Haitian or African or any of them? You ain't got no blood in the soil. You ain't stood up and defended this country like my family, like the men in my family, historically, in every war ever fought on this soil. So the arrogance that some of y'all have, man, a lot of y'all have, is really astounding to me. It's astounding. And now y'all want to be rescued. Maybe we would have came to y'all defense if y'all had assimilated with us. If y'all tried to marry into the family, the black people, and merge with us. Nah, y'all was better than us. I don't know no black people who got like that mixed with the Haitians, or maybe in New York. That happened more than in New Jersey. But in New Jersey, they stayed away from us. They did not, because they had different religions. You know, they had their own churches. They didn't mix with us. Even down here in Gastonia, it's a huge immigrant population. I do not know where these people work at. I don't even know where they live at. I'm in a decent sized apartment complex. Small size, but it's 4 buildings and each building got like 15 units. But it ain't no foreigners, not one foreigners over here. It's solely black and white. That's it. No foreign. I don't know where these people live at. Now they drive the hell out some Ubers, though. I tell you that. The foreigners is dominating the Uber game, and in Charlotte, they're dominating the medical transport services. You know, black people are always behind the curve with stuff like that. But yeah, they don't want to be with us. And they quick to let us know. Always. Should have merged. Should have assimilated. Hell, they didn't even assimilate into broader American culture. You know? Now you want some Americans to come save you, stand up for you. Sorry, gonna drink the tea. Send me $, send 2V, the number 2, the letter V. Send me $10 for the Pure Leaf Tea Fund. Help keep your boy hydrated. All I ask for likes and tea, man. That's it. That's it. But yeah, they about to find out. Wait till they start getting locked up. Because Trump and Tom Holmes ain't playing with him. Big Tom ain't playing. Watch. And fucking Dr. Phil gonna be riding shotgun like he was up in Minnesota. He gonna be in Jersey and Miami and New York. Watch. I can't wait. I'm gonna sit back on my sideline. And it's sad because the earthquake is over. The earthquake was over 16 years ago. So they should have went home. And they've been Americanized. And that's going to cause them some problems when they go back home. And you got them gangs and shit, and they chopping heads off. But you would think, knowing what their home country is like, you would have had some appreciation for where you are. And you would have tried, you had 16 years to try to get your paperwork right. But that arrogance, and you thought them Dems was going to be able to protect you forever. Are y'all stupid? You should have tried to get on Trump's side. He told the truth about y'all up there eating them cats and dogs, and y'all tried to play it out of everybody's face like that wasn't happening with that voodoo shit y'all was doing and whatever. Because it wasn't Trump that started that rumor. It was actually a black man who was running for mayor in, what was that, Springfield, Ohio? He was running for mayor. And he, like 6 months earlier, he went to one of the city council meetings and he said it on the record at the city council meeting. That was the first time I heard the story. And then I guess JD Vance got it from there because he's from Ohio. And then Trump picked up on the story. Then everybody, oh, Trump is a racist. That's not racism. Y'all, like I tell y'all all the time, y'all don't know what words mean, and words matter. That's not racism. Prejudice and bigotry, yeah, hell yeah. We all got that. Trump ain't got he ain't cornered the market on that. We all can be prejudiced and be bigots. But racism is a competitive relationship between groups of people. They're competing for wealth, power, and resources. And when one group gets so much wealth, power, and resources, they can force other groups to act against their own best interest. That is racism. It's about economics. That other shit y'all talking is basically prejudice and bigotry. Who was the I forget the white lady. She does a podcast now. Megyn Kelly, I think. She went the hell off and she was hard. She was very harsh with her language and, you know, but she basically got the same sentiment that a lot of black people have. She just was nasty with it. But was she racist? No. She was bigoted? Yes. Her prejudice showed? Yes. But she wasn't being racist. Because she didn't use any wealth, power, or resources to affect the decision that the Supreme Court made. And all the Supreme Court did was uphold an existing law, a law that Congress wrote. See, they wrote laws when it was a Democrat president, and they thought they were going to be able to stay in power forever. But Donald Trump threw a monkey wrench in their plan. Now they want to try to not enforce laws or illegally stop him from enforcing legal laws. Well, the Supreme Court determines that's the highest court in the land. They determine what's legal. And matter of fact, the law itself says that it's not, the TPS is solely in the discretion of the president, in the executive branch. It cannot be adjudicated or legislated. It says that in the law. But because y'all don't actually read laws, oh, that's illegal. He is a racist. No, he's enforcing the law. He is doing what his job title tells him to do. They take an oath to uphold the Constitution. It's a law. I'm sorry. But y'all only want them to enforce laws that y'all like. And that's what Democrats have been doing. And they've been doing it so they can maintain power by getting these people to illegally vote. That's what it's all about. But get them up out of here and watch things dramatically improve. Housing will come down. Cars will come down. The economics will get better. It'll balance itself back out. But it's been artificially inflated in a variety of ways. And one of them ways, I think you got like 700,000 Haitians or something. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Hold on, we're gonna find out. What is the current Haitian population that has TPS status?
There are between 330,000 and 350,000 Haitian nationals living in the United States with temporary protected status, TPS. Official federal reporting from early 2025 documented the specific baseline population at 330,735 individuals. Recent estimates and current legal filings tracking the total community place the figure closer to 350,000.
So 350,000. This doesn't account for the illegal Haitians that have come in here too. Because remember that 20 million people that Biden let in and Kamala let in? A good chunk of them was Haitians and people from the Caribbean. It wasn't just Mexicans and South Americans. You had people from all over the world coming in illegally. Right. Let me see. Wait a minute. Check my comments real quick. I've been doing a good job lately, but I'm slack today. Slacking on the job. Let's see. Amina Speaks is in the house, and she says, "Hey, y'all." Amina Speak. She in the house. And who else we got? We got Polly Pocket, brand new moderator. How that wrench looking on you, baby? Polly in the house. Got a nice shiny new wrench. What did she say? Polly says, "Get them out of here." And she also says, "Women, that heart is in the way. I'm trying to move it." Yeah, she says, "Get them out of here." She also said, "What's up? What's up? What's up with you, boo? Appreciate you." So I got two of my mods in the building. Make sure y'all support their channels if they have one, please. But yeah, get them out of here, man. Fuck out of here. I don't have love for people disrespecting us, disrespecting my parents, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, for the sacrifices they made. I have no, and anytime I've done panels or been on panels, and them foreigners, them immigrants, with their arrogance, I don't even like them jumping in the conversation because they don't know what they talking about. They think because they've been in New York 5 years, 10 years, or whatever it's been, they know America. I'm 50 years old, but somehow your 10 years of experience outweighs my 50. The fuck out of here. And I know the history. They don't have no clue about the history of America. And New York ain't America. New York City, the tri-state for that matter, is not America. The rest of the country operates different from, I would say, really the tri-state, and then more broadly, the New England states. And I would even include Philadelphia and Baltimore in there too, in DC. That's strange, man. Them places ain't like the rest of the country. And then they think the rest of us is acting strange. Like things is weird or slow. That's the word they like to use. All they do is go to work and come home. But we slow. Hell, here in Charlotte, we got the same shit they got. You want to see a basketball game? We got NBA. You want to see college? Pick a college team. We got a bunch of them. You want to see football? NFL, we got. Now, we don't have MLB, but we got minor league baseball. We got a stadium. You want to see off-Broadway? We got that. You want to go to museums? We got that. What else? What is all of this fast shit y'all be doing that we can't do? Everything they got, we got. Now, there was a time, like when I first moved down here in 92, it was slow. But the internet has equalized all of that. Music used to come out up top, as we call it, like a year in advance. And then it would come down here. But now music come out anywhere in the country, it comes out down here at the same time. Like, let's be real about it. Hell, if it ain't New York music, we might get it first. Let it be, some Southern music. I remember when that chopped and screwed shit was real big. That shit was coming out down here first, or anything out of Atlanta. We was getting first. All right, let's see what we got. Who is that? Is that Polly? All right, what does Polly say? She says she moved out of Brooklyn in 2013. Brooklyn in the house. I tell you, my youngest daughter's name is Brooklyn, right? My great grandmother from Brooklyn. Relocated to Houston. What's up? And I had an argument with my cousin because he's the last one in New Jersey, and he's just so Jersey centric. And I'm trying to tell him, man, New York is losing people. New Jersey is losing people. The South is growing. No, everybody, when they leave New York, they go to New Jersey. Some of them do. But the number one destination for New Yorkers is Florida. And then followed by Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas. I had to pull it up on the AI because he didn't believe it. I'm like, that's because you don't know what you're talking about. You going by well, that ain't what I see. you only see what's around you. Step outside of the box, and then maybe you could see the box that you're actually in. You got to get outside of that box. Oh, you don't know? You've been down south all your life. I've been down south most of my adult life, yes. But I was going back and forth. Hell, I lived in Jersey for a few years as an adult. I was a store manager with Radio Shack in northern New Jersey, the New York Metro. But they think they can have an understanding of down south and everywhere else, but we can't have an understanding of up there, even though we're from up there and we live down here now. It ain't changed very much. But it's really that small, big fish in a small pond syndrome. That's what a lot of them got. And a lot of them, frankly, are just scared to move out of the north. They don't know how to function. And then the ones who do move, they end up loving it. They end up like, damn, I got a whole better quality of life now. And Polly down there in Houston, I know her money taking her further because she paying less taxes. Them damn New York taxes was crazy. New Jersey taxes is crazy. And then they don't understand cost of living. Because the one lie that I've been talking about for 15 damn years, right? And do I like hemp? I think you asked me, do I like herb? Nah, baby, I don't do no kind of drugs. I don't smoke weed. I drink a little bit of Hennessy. And I smoke my cigarettes, which I'm trying to quit. That's all I do. No, taxes can save money. If you know how to invest your money in yourself. I'm not necessarily talking about stocks and things of that nature, but specifically, and I have an MBA, okay? I worked in corporate America for 30 years. I did taxes for 20. If you have more income, disposable income that you have access to, you can move that money in other places. Otherwise, you're paying a lot of money out in car tax and property tax. And for example, let me let AI tell you. Hold on. I'm going to give you an example. Hold on. Give you an example. How much taxes would I have to pay property tax if I had $1 million house in New Jersey annually?
On average, you would pay between $18,000 and $24,000 per year in property taxes for $1 million home in New Jersey. New Jersey has the highest average effective property tax rate in the nation, hovering around 1.88% to 2.23% of a home's value. Because property taxes are determined at the municipal level, your exact bill depends entirely on the town and county where the house is located. Here's how the annual costs break down across different areas in the state. Estimated annual tax on a $1 million.
Now, how much property tax would I pay on $1 million house in Gastonia, North Carolina, where I'm located.
In Gastonia, North Carolina, you would pay approximately $10,690 per year in property taxes for $1 million home. This is significantly lower than the $22,000 plus statewide average you would see on a similar home in New Jersey, due to North Carolina's much lower base tax rates. The annual cost is determined by combining the county and city tax rates per $100 of assessed property value. Rate breakdown. Get
So is that a difference of roughly $14,000?
diff underscore AVG underscore inside equals NJ underscore AVG NC underscore inside. Diff underscore high.
Is that a difference of $14,000 roughly?
Yes, that is a very accurate rough estimate. If you look at the upper end of the typical New Jersey range, 24,000, compared to
So roughly, and I just picked those two states randomly, right? So that's roughly a difference of $14,000 on $1 million house. I just wanted to make the numbers equal. So
You hit the nail on the head. That roughly $14,000 difference is really
So I could buy my kids a car. I could pay for school, for tutors. I could buy land with that $14,000. That's not including car insurance, life insurance, and other things. I'm just talking about property tax, right? We're not even talking about cost of living either, right? All right, let's consider a $200,000 salary in New Jersey per year. And what would the cost of living adjustment be here in North Carolina in Gastonia? How much money would that be?
On average, the overall cost of living in North Carolina is about 22% to 24% lower than in New Jersey, with Gastonia specifically being even more affordable. To maintain the exact same lifestyle you would have on a $200,000 salary in New Jersey, you only need to make around $140,000 to $150,000 in Gastonia. The math breaks down like this. The cost of living adjustment in
So $200,000 in New Jersey would be the equivalent of about $160,000 here, right?
That's right. $160,000 is a very reasonable.
And the less you make, the more dramatic it is. Because I think like $100,000 is the equivalent of like $46,000 here. So then people, you have to, because their cost of living is so inflated. People, I make $100,000 in New York City, but you're only really making $46,000 in Houston, Dallas, Atlanta, Charlotte, because we're closer to 100% of cost of living. So you always have to adjust towards 100%. But that's why people from California, New York, Chicago, they struggle and they think they make so much money and they really don't. The only exception to that is if you have a government job that you can keep your same salary when you move here. I know my cousin, he from Harlem. He worked for the post office and he was able to keep his same salary that he had in Harlem when he moved here. He has an inflated salary. But it's not very many jobs that do that anymore. But people don't get into the nuances of it. When we start talking about money, they really don't understand money, and they talking about direct salary for salary And it's not that way. You can't do that. Oh God. You're killing me, baby. You know I'm legally blind with these paragraphs you typing. Killing me. Well, what is she saying? Well, I don't know how old you are. My grandparents' generation was really the last generation to be able to retire. That was the silent generation. The baby boomers, the Gen X and younger, we're not able to retire in the manner that my grandparents' generation was. They had a pension. They were able to retire before the 401ks kicked in, for it switched over from pensions to 401k. And 401k, I don't know nobody who's been able to retire on a 401k the way my grandparents were able, my grandparents' generation was able to retire. I mean, they were those people in that generation retired and they were able to build a new house here to retire too. Um, I mean, that's when companies actually took care of their employees. And the younger you get in generations, the least likely you are to stay on a job to even have any significant retirement saved up. My grandparents worked for AT&T for what, 30, 40 years? You were able to get a job, stay on the job. One job. It's not like that in today's world. Let's I looked at it a few years ago. I haven't looked at it recently. Let's look at it now. What is the average length of time an employee lasts on their job in today's world?
According to the latest data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS, the overall median employee tenure is 3.9 years. This means half of all workers have been with their current employer longer than 3.9 years, and half have been there less. However,
4 years. 4 years. That's crazy. But you only stand with one employee. Yeah, you could take your 401k with you. But now you got to start all over because you're not being matched. You're not maxing out with your employee matching and things of that nature. Usually you got to be with a company 5 years to be fully vested. Some 10 years, depending on the company. So that's by design. They're getting rid of you. The attrition is so high because they want to get you out the door so you aren't vested, and they'll bring somebody else in, do the same exact job, and they can pay them less in benefits. That's the way it works. That's the way it's working. So in today's environment, we have to be more cognitive of our investments and take it into our hands. See, again, with my grandparents' generation, they were able to depend on the company doing right by them. We cannot. So it's very important for us to start early managing our portfolios. But most of us don't even have a portfolio. We don't have any comprehension of it. We don't take it seriously. We waste money. Don't know how much money you're going to need to retire. Just clueless. And that's why you see all of these baby boomers 65 years old, like my mama and them and my aunts, they can't retire unless they get disability. But if they able to work, they got to work. And they got to also have two jobs. They drive at Ubers too. They door dashing, delivering groceries, washing laundry. They got all kind of shit going on to try to supplement their income because they don't have enough money to do what their parents' generation did. Every time I get in the car, I see an older black woman, single, never married, no husband, that kind of scenario. And I'm like, why do y'all want to keep doing this? You got plenty of example. All you gotta do is look at the two generations ahead of y'all. But for my daughter, I tell her 3 because my daughter's a Zoomer. Look at 3 generations ahead of you. Tell me all of these black women that was able to retire and that's financially solvent. Show me them. Look at our family. You don't see them. And education don't matter because, hell, my family is educated. Shit. My family, I come from an educated family. Everybody been to college. Everybody may have not have graduated. The majority of them graduated. But there's been a couple of them in my family who didn't graduate. But even them, they went to college. I think you said something about inflation. So my question to you is, well, the reason why black people are so affected by inflation is because we don't make and sell anything of our own. See, because if you were a producer and not a consumer, the inflation would actually be good for you as a producer. But because we're consumers heavily in our culture, we're always on the opposite end of the equation. You're always going to have inflation. That's economics. But I mean, inflation right now is not that bad. It's lower than it's projected to be. Thanks to the big, beautiful bill. Thank you, Trump. Computer, what is the current inflation rate or rate of inflation?
The current inflation rate is 4.2%.
The current U.S. headline inflation rate is 4.2% year over year, according to the latest consumer price index.
We're just seeking general economic understanding.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say computer. Thank you.
No worries at all.
I got
You can use whatever wake word feels natural to you.
I got too many AIs going right now. 4.2%. And compared to the projection, where does inflation stand?
The current 4.2% headline inflation rate landed exactly in line with market expectations and projections. Prior to the Bureau of Labor Statistics release, Wall Street consensus and median forecasts from major analytical firms like FactSet and Trading Economics had specifically projected a year-over-year increase of 4.2%. The details of how it matched up against expectations reveal a few specific trends. Headline inflation. The 4.2% figure matched the consensus estimate perfectly. While expected, it still marks the third consecutive monthly acceleration and the highest level since.
So it's right in line with the projection, 4.2. That's exactly what the experts thought it would be. Now, at one point during the Biden administration, it got above 9%, and nobody said nothing. I find that funny, but that's how propaganda works. They keep repeating something. Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad, even though Trump is better than the last guy. The last two guys, actually. Three. You want to be technical. I don't care what Trump says. Trump is crazy as cat shit. We know that. And I love it. It's very entertaining for me. But as far as the money, that's what I go by. I look at the money. I look at the economics. And I look at the kind of world my kids got to live in. And I warned my kids back in 2015 that they weren't going to be able to afford a car. They weren't going to be able to afford an apartment once they turned 18. I bought my first house and brand new car at 19. I bought them both the same year. I had a triple wide trailer and a quarter acre of land down in Orangeburg when I was 19. It was cheaper for me to buy that house and land than it was for me to live on the yard. So that's why I did it. And I needed a new car. No cosigner, nobody helping me. I was able to do it. But my kids, this generation, they can't do that. The average new car price is like $700 right now. And that's before insurance. My kids will never be able to buy a new car if everything stays the same. That's why it's so important to bring these manufacturing jobs back to America. See, the Dems spent the last 30 years offshoring jobs and simultaneously onshoring immigrants. So they took the bulk of our jobs and sent them overseas. And then the jobs that were remaining, now you got to compete with immigrants, both legal and illegal, and TBS and all work visas and all kind of other shit for the remaining jobs. And then you wonder why wages ain't going up. So Trump is bringing those jobs back. I tell the story about my man Anton Daniels. He told the story about his brother got a job with Ford up there in Detroit. And they are on a hiring spree and giving all kind of benefits. His brother told us live that his whole family is covered on his insurance for free. So him, his wife, and his 4 kids all covered. He ain't got to pay nothing out of pocket. Hell, I was paying like $2,000 a month minimum for my 4 kids and wife before I retired. And in different states, that would have been more. That was here in North Carolina. I could only imagine if I was in New Jersey what my insurance would have been. It would have been crazy. But that money, like I gave the example earlier, $14,000. I could have helped my kids get a car, paid for it in cash, bought land, made financial investments. Remember that Bloom Energy I've been telling y'all to buy? It's up like 6% today. What is Bloom Energy? What is Bloom Energy currently trading at today?
Bloom Energy, BE, is currently trading at $280.05 per share as of 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. The stock is up 11.12% today, gaining $28.03.
So it's up 11% today. And what if I had $18,000 worth of share today? How much would I have made so far today? If I had $18,000 in Bloom Energy today,
If your investment started the day worth $18,000, you would have made asterisk 2001.98 so far today, bringing your total value to $20,001.98. If your investment
so I would have made,
started the day worth
I would have already made $2,000 today just on that. See, I could take that money that I would have been saving in property tax, threw it on Bloom Energy, and I would have made $2,000 today already. Already today, just to give an example. And that's how wealthy people move, right? Instead of letting your money sit in a damn credit union or a bank and you only making 3.5% interest in a savings account for the year. We don't know how to make money work for us. We don't know how to utilize credit, cash back, and points and things of that nature to really benefit ourselves. We don't know the difference between an LLC and an S corp. And I could truly start a business and write off my lease on my brand new car, let the government pay for it because I got an S corp and I structured it the right way. We don't know these things because we don't bother to learn. But we all came to be chasing the bag, right? We love money, but we don't know nothing about money. I find that funny. I find that very funny. But, hold on. I don't know. I can't see it keeps cutting off what you're saying. I hate the way not Uber, YouTube. Wait a minute, let's see. Maybe I can see it better that way. Yeah, you're right, Polly. Boomers they got the gravy train from that they inherited from their parents, the silent generation. They got to inherit houses, money, wealth, land. Hell, a lot of them got their jobs because of their parents. And they were supposed to pass those things on to Gen X. They didn't. Gen X didn't get anything that they inherited as a generation from the boomers. Matter of fact, the boomers are still trying to hold on to shit. My mom asked me recently, this is funny. My mom asked me recently, she calls me and she goes, yeah, you got life insurance? I found that funny. And I said, well, I find it funny you talking to me about my life insurance. What about your life insurance? And more importantly, what about the land that we got down there in South Carolina? Who are you going to leave that to? Oh, I don't know. I ain't never thought about it yet. Bullshit. She going to give it to one of my sisters. She already made up her mind. She just don't want to tell me. No problem. I ain't got no problem. Because what I told her is, Ma, I really don't care who you leave the land to. But if you're going to give it to me, go ahead and give it to me now. And I'm going to immediately turn around and give it to my kids. At that time, my son was living down there where the land is. And that land has been in my family for at least 150 years, maybe more. And the plan for the land was always to stay in blood control. Give it to me. I'm going to give it to my son. He's down there. Let him do something with that land. Let him do something with it. He can put a house on it. He could fix up one of the existing houses. He could use it as collateral towards a loan for something. Whatever he chooses to do. Once I sign it over to him, it ain't my concern no more. But why is my mother still holding on to it? My mother has never lived on that land. She lived with her father for a little while down there for maybe like a year, but she never lived on her own land down there. My mother currently lives in Charlotte, 2 hours away, and she don't drive no more. What? Oh, I pay the property taxes on it. Yeah, that's like $50 a year, Ma. Like, stop with the foolishness. Just be honest about what you're gonna do since you started this conversation, and give it to me so I can do the right thing with it. I'm never gonna live down there again. And I lived down there. I went to high school down there. I'm never going to live down there again. But my son was living there. And he got a cousin the same age as him. They got 4 acres down there. And his grandmother and my mother are cousins, first cousins. But it's the same mentality. It's the same mentality. You know, they want to take it with them forever, even though it didn't cost them anything. That land did not cost them anything. All they've had to do is pay the property taxes on it. That's all they've had to do. Is pay the property taxes. So let these young men do something with it. You know, when you gonna give it to them? When they 50? I'm 50 this year. When my son will be 27 in February. He's at the perfect age where he could do something with it. And if he fucks it up, he fucks it up. Now we could put it in a trust so that way he can't sell it in or a covenant or whatever. You know, whichever way works best. You know, he can't sell it to anybody outside of the family, but other than that, let him do what he wants with it. But it's a good book on Amazon. I share it on my book list all the time. And my book list is on here, on my community tab, and also you can find it on TikTok on when I share books on TikTok. The name of the book is Generation of Sociopaths. And it's talking about this kind of stuff, specifically about the baby boomers. You got to read the book to understand what our parents and grandparents, if you're younger than me, the boomers are your grandparents. But that generation, what they've done to America and particularly the Black community. They really fucked up the Black community. Okay, that's a better way for me to look at it. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to keep it like that more often. I don't know where Harmonize is at. Polly is killing you, Harmonize. Polly getting busy with it. Usually Harmonize got the crown. Polly is killing. Polly says she the queen up in here now. All right, girl, you gonna mess around and get pregnant trying to be that queen now. I'm still fertile. But bringing this back around, the tethers, and I can't stand tethers. Tethers are typically second generation generation immigrants. Think Joy Reid, Roland Martin, Kamala Harris, Obama. These fucking Manchurian candidates is what I call them. They not black. They not FBA. And most of them didn't even grow up here. Obama did not grow up here. He grew up over in Indonesia. Him and his white mama and his stepfather. That's why they call him Barry Santoro is one of his names. Kamala grew up in Canada. These people not from America. The formative years that they were supposed to be here, which would make you American, grade school, middle school, high school, that wasn't them. They were somewhere else. And they got those thinking and influences from those places where they were. Or they grew up in a household with parents who just immigrated here. But the culture of where they came from is in their household. Like I told y'all earlier about the Haitians that I went to school with in high school, they weren't allowed to associate with us. Their parents would not allow them to associate with us. And we better not have no school function or like parent-teacher conference kind of thing. And you see them and you speak to them, their parents will make faces at us like, what they doing speaking to you? And then your friend wouldn't speak to you. And then the next day we see him in school like, yo, why you was acting funny yesterday? And they couldn't tell us. Because their parents was right there. Even my daughter, Brooklyn, she the baby girl. She's 16. I remember when she was in grade school, it was a Chinese girl and some kind of Middle Eastern or African girl. Those three were always on the honor roll every fucking semester. My daughter, the Asian girl, and the Middle Eastern / African. I don't know what country she was. That's why I'm saying Africa. I'm like, Brooklyn, why don't you ever get together with them and like do a little study group or something? And Brooklyn would always be like, they not my friends. I'm like, why not? They don't speak to me, Dad. Oh, wow. So it was still going on with her. Shout out to my daughter, Brooklyn Bear. I got her a ring like mine, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see my ring. My ring says Viva in Israel on it. But I got my daughter one just like, well, not just like it. Hers says Brooklyn Bear. That's what I call her, Brooklyn Bear. And hers is rose gold. Mine is silver. Hers is rose gold. I haven't given it to her yet. I'm waiting for her mama to come down here and pick the ring up. We'll see. We'll see how that works. Well, mama just started back talking to me. Whatever. I ain't got nothing against her. But I hope she come get that ring for my daughter. I'm a gift person. I see little things for people and I'll go, oh, they'll love that. Ask Aminaz. And she's done it for me in all fairness. Usually when Amanaz give me something, she'll give me a pair of sneakers or some shit. But I bought her a smartwatch one time out of the blue. Always buying her snacks and shit. Cause she like them ice cream Toll House sandwiches. And if I would be out, I would get it at. Before if I go to a restaurant, nice restaurant, I'll bring her a dessert. I brought her like some of the little cakes from or pies rather from Cheesecake Factory. No, I brought her a cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory. That's what it was. It was a pie. But that's the kind of person I am. I see something that I think somebody would like, and it would be something special for them. I would just get it. Like my little astronaut that shoots the stars on the ceiling in the nebula. I bought all of the girls in my family one. Well, most of the little girls in my family. My cousin Milt was acting silly, so he never gave me his address because it was a flash sale and they were like $10. So I was just getting them for, I got my cousin Jared, his twins, my cousin Brianna, her girls, somebody else. I just I'm a gift person. If I'm with a woman, I get Tasty Cakes got stuff all the time. All the time. Little gifts. Sometimes it ain't nothing big. It just be little stuff, It'd be nice stuff though, Like I bought her a dash cam for a car that she never hardly used. I don't know why. I installed it. All she had to do was leave it alone, but I bought her seat covers. She liked the pink fuzzy ones. So I bought her both her front driver's seats with a pink fuzzy seats. And I also got her a big pink teddy bear that I put in the back seat and I put the seatbelt on it. She always wanted one. And I don't celebrate Valentine's Day, so I had just got her the bear, when I got her the car seat. I mean, the seat covers. I mean, I just do special things, Jatavia, I got a bracelet for her. That's holiday. I do stuff for her all the time too. I just do. I do women. I know I come off as a hard ass, but women love me because I treat women well. I just don't take smart mouth and I don't do the bullshit. Now, as long as we can get past that, we good. That was Red problem when she was here. Now I took care of Red. Hell, I went out and bought Red a whole set of towels separate from mine. Because my towels are the gray towels, the waffle, quick dry ones. I bought her some white ones just like it because I know she like white towels. I bought her a white robe, a bathrobe. I made sure she had everything she needed. Loofahs, shower gel, special pillows, you name it. I think about women so that way when women come here, you're comfortable. Everything is, all you gotta do is show up and bring your clothes you're gonna wear home the next day. Other than that, you good. You don't need nothing else. And your tampons if your period is on. I don't have no tampons right now. Normally I do though. But yeah, the Haitians have no respect. So we're gonna sit back as a group of people and we're gonna watch. We're gonna watch Ice and Tom Homan come for them. We're gonna watch. And I'm gonna have empathy from them. because a lot of them have been here 16 years. It's a long time to be in the place. And, you know, a lot of them, they not in the danger that they was in when they came here was an earthquake. And that earthquake was 7.2 on the Richter scale. It was a devastating earthquake. I think like 100,000 people got killed. It was bad. But that was 16 years ago. Now, does that country have other issues? Yes, but that's not our responsibility. And being that they were so disrespectful to us and, you know, they better than us and all that arrogance, we never made it our responsibility. So go home, deal with your own country. Since y'all built this country as they claim they did, all y'all immigrants built America, right? Then you should have no problem building that little island. That half island. They ain't even got the whole island. I mean, the other half of the island is a resort. It's the Haitian side that can't get their shit together. But they so great, right? We'll see. We'll see. We'll find out. Ladies and gentlemen, we have RBN, the Root of Fire podcast is in the house. Shout out to TJ, y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to Through the Fire podcast. And when you get over there, leave them a comment. Let them know where you come from. Let them know the champ sent you. You come from someplace. Yeah, ain't nothing going on with me, big man. I hope you're doing well. You're a little late. But you're here. That's all that matters. You're here. You here. But yeah, yeah, and for you white people and you non-Americans, y'all don't understand. You know, some of y'all are confused. Well, ain't y'all all black? No, we're not. Foundational Black Americans. That's I didn't make the term up, but it fits. Meaning we have history here. We're historical. We're our ancestors were enslaved people. That's what that means. All black people don't fit that category. Culturally, economically, any way, any ism that you want to, or adjective that you want to use to describe. We all ain't the same. But historically, white people ain't never been able to tell us apart. It's kind of like black people, you can't tell Asian people apart. They Korean, they Chinese, they Mandarin, they Filipino, whatever they are, they all the same to us. But they can tell each other apart. Japanese, you know, they all the same to us. But that's how they look at us. They think we all the same. But we know damn well when you're looking at a Haitian, they look different. Jamaicans, kinda. But Africans, oh, you could tell they look different too. They got different head shapes, different eye colors, different texture of hair, you know, all of that. But yeah, we're gonna mind our business. And they have officially fuck around and they found out. They fucked around for 16 years, and now it's time for them to find out. And when will that be, V? When Tom Homan and Ice shows up, and it's coming soon, believe me. Believe me. And that shit is bringing more black people on to Trump's side than ever before. Men and women. All you gotta do is look on TikTok, search the videos. Plenty of women have been talking about this. I was surprised. I'm like, whoa. But this is the Democrats have been doing this. They've been secretly funneling. Where do you think the money came from? The NGOs and and USAID and all of these secret organizations, they've been using the funnel money into these people and then launder money back into their own campaigns and their own pockets. Somebody explain to me how Michelle and Obama and Barack are worth like $200 million. Please explain that to me. They was like broke, regular working class people before he became president. Now today, they like $200 million in the bank. Y'all don't believe it. Y'all think, oh, V, you exaggerate. That's what some of y'all thinking right now. V, you exaggerate. Oh, am I? Okay, let's go to the record. Gemini, what is Michelle and Barack Obama's net worth today?
Barack and Michelle Obama have a combined estimated net worth of $70 million to $135 million. When they entered the White House in 2008, their net worth was estimated at around $1.3 million. The substantial growth in their wealth since leaving office comes primarily from high-profile media deals, publishing, and public speaking. Primary income sources, book deals. In 2017,
It's trying to tell us that their primary source of income is book deals. Bullshit. They ain't that many people reading books for them to have a net worth of 70 to 150 million. I heard more recently that it was like closer to 200. Bullshit. Bullshit. Barack Obama was a community organizer. Michelle Obama was like a paralegal working on her law degree type shit. So for them to even have a net worth of 1 million, that sounds like a house to me. I don't believe it. But let's say I give them the million, right? Now they have 100 times that amount. And y'all ain't got no questions. But no, y'all worried about Trump money. Trump has been a billionaire all my life. But you worried about a billionaire making more money. But broke people make $100 million. Y'all ain't got no questions. Y'all crazy. Y'all are flipping crazy. And y'all believe the old book deal story, huh? Y'all believe that shit. Y'all stupid. Yeah, I understand what her official job title was. I hate when y'all do that. You got to understand when I'm being facetious. But the type of work she was doing was more closer to a paralegal in that law office than her actually being some type of established lawyer with her own practice, taking on big time cases. That's not what she was doing.
From your calendar, take late afternoon Phil Athletic.
On the south side of Chicago. I lived on the south side of Chicago. I used to live on 79th and Woodlawn. I know South Side very well. She wasn't making no money as no lawyer on the south side. Okay? Stop being so nitpicky. And ladies, y'all do that to men all the time, and it's annoying. And you end up missing the big picture of what's being said. Because y'all want to focus on something like, I needed to know, and everybody else needed to know, she was a licensed practicing lawyer. Who gives a fuck? Does that change anything I've said? No, it does not. Let's not do that. I didn't say before they went to the White House. What I said is when they first met. See how you missed that part? And you advanced the timeline? When they first met, Barack was driving that raggedy ass car and he was a community organizer. And at that same time, she was basically doing paralegal work. Basically. She wasn't a big time lawyer doing any kind of significant cases or anything. They weren't making any money to have $1.5 million in the bank at that time. So once he got into politics more heavy, that's when the money started coming in. That's the point I'm making. I'm very familiar with the Obama story because I lived in Chicago. And I was up on Obama before he went national. I was very aware of him. And I was calling him a Manchurian candidate back then. I said, look at them grooming his ass to be something. That's what I said. And they did. They did. They groomed the fuck out of him. Oh, that was harmonized. I thought it was Polly. Nothing. Nevertheless, I don't know why we going back in time. Did you not hear the $150 million they got now? Explain that shit. Because it damn sure wasn't no book deal. And then we wonder how the Democrats blew through 200 or rather $2 billion in 100 days. Everybody got paid. Everybody. And Kamala was able to drop $8 million on a brand new house in what, Malibu? Or the Palisades or wherever she bought that house? Huh. She can't explain where the $2 billion come from, but they got money to buy a second house in California. They didn't sell the first house. They bought a second one. Because of course they they had to take advantage of the discount that they were getting from the house fires and the Cameron Bass burning down the city. Hold on, y'all. I think my kids are knocking on my door. Hold on. I'm not sure. Nah, that ain't them. I thought it was them. I know it's hot out there. That's all I know. It is extremely hot outside today, y'all. Computer, what is the temperature outside?
It's 91 degrees right now, with a high of 92 and a low of 73 today. Feels like 108 though, so it's pretty brutal out there.
It's 92 degrees, but it feels like 108. Computer, what is the temperature inside the living room?
It's 76 degrees inside the living room.
76 degrees in here. She said something else. I think Amina said something else. Yeah, that's what I was saying. She was doing paperwork. Paperwork. But you don't make $1 million doing community activism and paperwork for a hospital. That's not what you do. I mean, that don't justify the money. That money started coming in strong for him when he started dibbling and dabbling in politics. And definitely when he got into the White House, that's the point I was making. And everybody got paid. 2024 was a big pay year for Democrats all over the country. They all got paid. And that's why they were so angry at Trump, because they didn't want Trump to dig into the money. And they knew he was. And he did. And that's why they started bombing Tesla dealerships, because of Doge and Elon Musk. They did not want them looking for the money. That's what it was all about. The magic trick I always talk about. Look at this hand. Don't pay attention to the hand behind my back. Don't do that. That's the game. That is the game. But these doggone immigrants, legal and illegal, these temporary protective status, and I mean all of them. I ain't just talking about the black ones. I'm talking about the Ukrainians, the Syrians, and anybody else. Visa holders, we need to look at them. These student visas, but they ain't been students for 20 years, kind of shit. You know, well, we need to clean all this shit up. Unfortunately, Trump can only do so much in the next 2 years. But I want him to get these illegals out as much as he can, get them out. And then JD is going to have to keep it going after Trump is gone. And then, of course, Trump will be basically a kingmaker after that until he dies. And that's basically the role Obama's trying to play. Obama's trying to be a kingmaker, you know. But the problem with Obama is they don't have no bullpen of good candidates in the Democratic Party. So Obama ain't got nothing to work with. Now, I mean, look at the bullpen the Republicans got. I mean, we got what, JD and Marco Rubio, Byron Donald, I love that guy, and others. What's the chick in Tennessee, the black lady, Republican, Charlotte Birdman or whatever? I like her. She's like wait a minute. Yeah, she's like an intelligent Maxine Waters. Walters, whatever her name is. She's like the Auntie Maxine we deserve to get. So we're gonna start calling her Auntie Charlotte. She Auntie Charlotte. Yeah, man. But see, y'all black people, y'all been trained not to support black people if they're Republicans, if they conservative. But yeah, we're gonna sit back and drink our tea, and we're gonna watch these doggone TPS people get rounded up. What they should do is go ahead and volunteer to go home now. So it ain't gonna have to be them getting snatched out of their houses and they're getting roughed up by ICE agents. Let's go ahead and voluntarily deport. You're going to get caught. We gave the Mexicans a chance to voluntarily deport, and like 2 or 3 million of them did. So y'all need to do it too. We'll go ahead and send you home. We'll put a couple of $1,000 in your pocket. We'll put you on a nice little plane ride. You know, give you a nice little plane trip home. You know, so that way you can go home in style. You know, now what happens after you get off that plane ain't got nothing to do with us. But we'll make sure you go home in style with a couple of dollars in your pocket. And a couple of $1,000 gotta be a good chunk in Haitian money. Man, let's find out. What is the equivalent of $2,000 in USD in Haitian currency?
At the current exchange rate of approximately 130 Haitian gourds and at the current exchange rate of approximately 130 Haitian gourds and 70 centimes per USD, $2,000 United States dollars is equivalent to 261,402.20 Haitian gourds, HTG. The Haitian dollar concept. When dealing with currency in Haiti, you will frequently hear prices quoted in Haitian dollars. This is an informal, conceptual unit rather than a physical currency used by locals to simplify transactions. 1 Haitian dollar equals 5 gourd. Based on this conversion, $2,000 United States dollars is also equivalent to 52,280.44 Haitian dollars.
There you go. Either way, they're going to have a chunk of money. That little $2,000 gives them a big chunk of money. Big old chunk. What is it? 50,000 something Haitian dollars, or their official currency, which is gourds. They're going to have like $200,000. They be all right. They be all right. Maybe they can pay the ransom that they're going to have to pay. You know, they're going to have a ransom. You know, they might get snatched up, but they used to building and they so great and they can figure it out, right? They got it all figured it out. Huh?
I said, hello, Father.
Hello, son. How are you?
I'm good. Just woke up.
All right. What made you think about me?
Was told to call you.
You were told, huh? That's the only way you can call me? Somebody got to tell you to call your pop?
What?
Uh-huh.
Voice of, yes.
Said what?
That's a voice of fear, I guess.
I didn't hear you. You kind of faded out. A waste of what?
Voice of fear, I guess. It just so happened to be that.
You used to call me every Friday. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I didn't have to tell you. You would just do it. Like, that was your thing. Every Friday you would call me.
Yeah.
But you done got too big for your britches, as the old people would say. You done got too big for your britches, and you don't call your pop no more.
Yeah.
You all right? By the way, you're on my live stream, so you can say hello to the people.
I'm on your phone. Hi. Hello.
Ill? Ill?
Hi.
Yeah, I know. That sounded so weak, and that's the best you could do. This is the people's. This is the people's podcast, sir. Golly, you sound like milk. You act like milk.
That's astronomical.
So dry. Oh, wow.
Oh, God. Sorry.
It's the people's podcast, sir. This is someplace special. You gotta act like you know.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to hear from you.
I know I do need to still see grandma and grandpa. Just
No, you need to see
doing
your
some-
dad. That's who you need to see. I ain't worried about your grandparents. You need to see your father.
Yeah. Well,
I got work for you to do.
work for me to do.
I always got work for you to do. And that table, that coffee table you put together for me was missing so many screws. And it just came apart. I had to end up throwing it out.
I told you that it was missing screws.
No, you didn't use all of the screws. It came with all of them. 'Cause you had that bag of screws left on about, yeah, Dad, sometimes they give you extra. And I said, no, they don't, Santiago. Yeah, they do, Dad. It was so many missing screws that you could have used. That shit just crumbled. Brand new coffee table just crumbled.
So you got a new one, or you want me to put it together?
No, I haven't got a new one yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Can I trust you to put the next one together? Were you gonna do it right?
Yes, I will.
I appreciate that. I mean, you came down here with your little tool bag and shit and your power drill, and I thought you was official.
That coffee table was also weird. I don't. Even the screws that they were giving me just wasn't. It was not. It was weird.
That's how it always is when you gotta put stuff together. It always be weird screws and a million of them. And
But like, I mean, yeah, I know that, but like, it was weirder. If that makes sense. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It was just. It was.
no, I know what you mean. I get it. I get it.
Boy. Wow, my bag. Sorry. Okay.
Your back. You don't work that hard.
It's crazy.
Wait till you start working hard.
Wait till I start working hard is crazy.
Yeah, wait. You ain't did it yet. Wait till you get older when your body don't heal the same. Wait till you cross 25. See, your brother's going through that now. And what's up with that? You beating up your brother. How you gonna beat Dream up? What's up with that?
That's crazy.
Don't be putting your hands on my son. Yeah.
Heard.
And when you gonna do something with that hair? Jesus.
I am doing something with the hair. Do you not see? Look, it's curling.
Your hair is naturally curly, son. You ain't gotta do that. That happens by itself.
It's naturally curling, but I want bigger curls, so like I have to train them so that they can get curlier.
Uh-huh. Why don't you twist it up and look nice and neat like your big brother?
You said twist it up?
Yeah, that look nice on you.
I don't want twists. I don't. I mean, I'm trying to get cornrows so that my hair can grow, but I don't want twists. I don't want twist or dreads.
Well, that should be easy for you to find a girl to do your dreads.
Well, I do. I have somebody who can do my cornrows. It's just a matter of when I can.
Yeah, because you're so busy. Yeah, you're so busy. I forgot how busy you are.
That's crazy work.
Mm-hmm. You and I are gonna have to have a conversation in person soon too.
Okay.
So I need to be able to put my hands on you when I talk to you.
Put my hands. She does crazy.
And if you try to fight me, I'm gonna cut you.
We both have knives.
No, I got more than you, trust me.
Mine's just a little bigger.
I doubt that.
I mean, I think a katana is a little big.
Yeah, maybe.
Katana. Maybe a long sword.
You ain't bringing that with you when I see you, though. I mean, if you scared, say you scared. You scared of the old man, just say it. That's all. It's okay.
Why then? I'm not scared.
I ain't gonna cut you too deep. You might just get like 4 or 5 stitches, a little nick. Just nick you a little bit.
I don't know if we
Huh?
Look,
What
if
about
you
it?
can
I
see
seen it.
No, it's Milton's guitar.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, no, I was just like, I didn't know if you knew I had it or not.
Told me. Did he give it to you? Then I'll marry and give it to you.
Neither.
You just kind of jacked it.
Dream. It's Dreams and mine kind of like sharing.
Where's Dream at now?
In the room.
Tell him to come in.
We're kind of separated.
Ah. And you can't be diplomatic enough to take him your phone?
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Say what?
I said, yeah, no, I'm good.
You live in the same house, and that's your brother. And you can't be diplomatic enough to say, here, Dad wants to talk to you.
It's not I'm the problem.
Okay.
Skip that.
So hard to talk to my boys, I tell you. Y'all are so difficult.
Difficult.
Y'all are difficult. Getting y'all on the phone is like Mission Impossible.
No, it's just y'all like to call me when I'm at work.
You're always at work. When is the last, how many months ago was it when I talked to you? Months. Months.
I think it was
Yeah. Months.
April.
No, it wasn't no damn April either.
It was pretty.
It was
close.
right before the
close.
prom, so maybe it was April.
Yeah, it was April. It was April.
Briefly. When last time I seen you? Last year?
That was a different story.
Exactly. Last year.
Well, I need maybe next time I get paid. Yeah, next time I get paid, I can see if I can do it, and then if Imagine can go ahead and bring me down there.
Imagine lives in Raleigh, son.
Yeah, but Imagine
That's
goes
4
down there
hours
all the
away.
time.
She ain't able to come back and forth like that no more. So you would have to find another way. And I hate them fingers.
My fingers. What about them?
The black fingernail stuff.
Why?
I just do.
I feel like this is in the long, crazy fingernails.
It makes me think your fingers are dirty. That's what the first thing I think of. Like, why is his finger so dirty? Then it dawns me that you do that on purpose. But that's your fingers. Big ass hands.
I get them from you.
I don't have big hands. Your mama got big hands. I got
That's
big.
what you think.
I got big fingers. My fingers are thick, but your mother got long, skinny fingers. Yeah, but ain't your mother working?
No, she had to go to Verizon to go get my phone.
Oh yeah, she was switching your phones over. She did tell me that.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, up to me, you be paying your own phone bill.
That's great.
What do you mean that's crazy?
Why would you have me pay my own phone bill?
Because you're about to be 18 next month, meaning you're an adult. And adults pay their own bills. Not your mama. Just as a sense of pride thing. You got to develop your manly pride and pay your own bills.
I mean, yeah, but it also makes it a whole lot easier if I don't have to like.
Of
like,
course,
pay
it's
before.
easier when somebody else is doing it for you. Of course.
It makes it a whole lot easier for me to save up for an apartment and be able
You're
to,
not going to be able to save up for an apartment. Doesn't work that way. So get that thought out your brain right now. You don't save for an apartment. Apartment is based on your regular income. So that means you need to increase the amount of money you bring in, because that's what your apartment is going to be based on. And whether you can actually pay it every month is based on how much money you got coming in. And right now, you ain't making enough money to pay an apartment. So that's why it's important to get your school together. You got to start developing money-making skills. So that way, when you get older, the older you get, the more money you make. You don't want to be a broke, grown man. It ain't cute. Trust me. I've seen too many of them do that. It ain't cute. You got to develop money-making skills. But you're going to find out. You are going to find out. One day, anyway. What's that damn dog collar you got around your neck? That thing all spiky? You put that look like something you put on a Rottweiler.
It's not a chain.
I know what it is. You put a chain on a Rottweiler too.
Yeah, but it's not like a dog collar.
Some people put chains just like that on Rottweilers.
Crazy.
You a pit bull, you a Rottweiler, you a beast like that? I think your brother was taking it easy on you and you took advantage of it.
Crazy.
That's what I think happened.
Bastard on the book. That's
If it happened again, I'm gonna put my money on Dream. I don't know if you could fight like that.
what was it? Some rich.
Say what?
I'm trying to remember the progression for this chord on guitar, and I don't remember it.
Mm-hmm. And how?
You know what?
Nah, my Boots Mobile bill got paid. I got the text message for it. Speaking of cell phones. Yeah. So, oh shit. Where's my YouTube at?
Okay, there it is. There it is.
There it is. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. I thought I had a message on YouTube, but I didn't. Yeah, so, but I appreciate the phone call. I definitely do that. I haven't even cracked no jokes on you yet.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
You said, what was that chain around my neck?
That ain't a joke. I was being serious. It looks like a chain that people put on the Rottweilers.
That's great.
Yeah, I wasn't joking. I was being serious. Usually I talk about your hair or something by now. Eddie, I want to talk to you. Oh, what happened, Eddie? Get you one of them bull rings. Put a bone through your nose. Like fufu.
Yes. Give me a second.
You know who you talking to? You talking to drink? Hello? Put me on hold. Don't say shit.
What?
So you just put me on hold. Don't say nothing.
Yeah. Give me.
Who was you talking to? Drink?
No, you're good. No, she started it until 4 o'clock.
Huh?
You ain't took her after.
Oh, you talking to your mother?
This because we're in the summer now. Since we're in the summer, it's just like her cycle is like changing. Because like usually like we'll take her out in the morning, but she's like not still sleeping. I mean, I'll still take her out, but I still believe that she'll be fine until it's time for her to go at 4. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But we're not
Because you're the dog whisperer, huh?
dog whisperer is
The
crazy.
puppy whisperer.
You whisper.
And what else did your mother tell you to do that you ain't did yet?
I don't know.
To me, you don't know. You supposed to know.
I'm pretty sure I've done everything that she told me to do.
I'm pretty sure you haven't.
Well, what is it?
If I asked your mother right now that same exact question, I bet you she got a list of stuff you ain't did yet that she told you to do. So,
What did you tell me to do?
so what you need to do is ask her, hey, Mom, I forgot what you told me to do. What do I need to do today for you? That's all. That's how you solve that problem. You a man now. You got to start doing manly shit.
It's something that she told me to do that I haven't done yet. No.
I'm sure you can hear me. Can she hear me?
Yes, you can hear you.
I'm sure you gave him a list of stuff he could be doing that he ain't did yet. I'm sure, right?
I mean, yeah, clean up the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Clean up your sister.
Mm-hmm.
You can get your stuff out of my bathroom.
Ooh, see, there are 3 things right there. I knew it.
Well, I haven't.
No,
No, you.
my kids act like I don't know them.
Well, she did do these things.
And like I don't know your mother. Like I know all of y'all very well.
You didn't have to tell me to do it, but I was just saying, like, I never got, like, it wasn't like, oh, yeah, she told me to do this. I was just being defiant.
No, I didn't say you were being defiant, but you got to take the initiative sometime and go, especially since mom is paying your cell phone bill. Oh, let me do something nice for mom. Let me cook dinner or let me clean up the bathroom or you got to be proactive. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
You know.
You gotta be because look, when you were here, and your mother even noticed it. When you were here, you were very proactive. I didn't have to tell you to do nothing. You just started doing stuff. And she asked, she was like, how come he do that when he here and not for me?
Yeah.
So you just gotta be pro. All right, everybody. I am so sorry. I'm gonna have to cut off for y'all now. I'll try to come back on a little bit later. So y'all stay tuned to the People's Podcast. On your way out the door, hit the like, subscribe, and share button. Hit the Cash App, $ send the V. And thank you for stopping by the People's Podcast. I am your host, V Ben Israel, but you can call me V.
It's your boy.